So let's settle this once and for all. Is this guy wearing a wig or is that his real hair?
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I watched this movie for the full 90 minutes and I am no closer to knowing the answer now than I was when we started.
I was trying so hard to figure it out. There are times where it is so real looking that I'm like, this can't be a wig.
Yeah, it's flowing when he turns and it's moving in a very natural way, similar to some of the boobs we see in this movie.
But other times where it absolutely looks fake, where he has a hat on, for example. Every time he puts a hat on, it doesn't look real.
Can we talk about that? Why can't they find a fucking hat that fits this guy's head?
Yeah, so I think the biggest issue with this entire movie is the hat costuming is horrific.
Yeah, whoever was in charge of the hat department, the pooch on this one. It's really bad.
They couldn't find anything. Like, even a bucket hat would have looked better. You could have thrown this guy in a bucket hat.
That's
and I would
so
have been
rarely
happy.
true.
Yeah, no, I know.
In life, but yeah,
exactly.
I think part of the problem is this guy also has like a weird head shape. Like, am I wrong, or does his head kind of like get thinner as it goes up? Almost like comes to a point. His neck is like as thick as his head, or possibly thicker.
He's a conehead.
He's right. Yeah, he's a conehead who polices the streets of LA.
Formerly San Diego.
Called
in to deal with the Japanese gangs.
When the fuck is that ever the direction it goes? There's not more crime in San Diego. Like, oh, this guy cleaned up San Diego. He can definitely handle LA.
I don't know.
If anything, it'd be the opposite, wouldn't it?
They definitely brought a guy who looked like he spent a lot of time surfing, though.
That is true. A lot of time in the sun, a lot of time in the gym.
Yes.
Not a lot of time in acting lessons.
No. We were debating this earlier. We're like... he
only had money for one.
Yeah, and he
gym
chose gym, and good for him. He somehow developed a tremendous bod and great hair, so he worked hard on those things.
Can I just say, it's great that you are highlighting his physical appearance now, because that'll make me feel way less guilty when we're talking about the hot ladies later on.
Well, and they
a little balance. We
gotta have both out there, and I think they did dedicate both of those things. They wanted to show hot bods on both sides.
We just had 2 episodes in a row requested by female audience members.
Yeah.
Don't want to lose that demographic. We've just established a foothold, so we got to keep some balance here.
We got to keep that one going.
That's what it is.
We've talked a lot about this, but we haven't shared. This is maybe our most requested episode ever.
It is by far our most requested episode. And by the way, welcome to Bad Movies and Beer. I'm Cooper.
And I'm Nolan.
And we've had a couple of drinks already today, which is why we almost forgot to introduce the podcast. But today we are discussing Samurai Cop.
1991 action classic.
Just a fucking legendary bad movie. Any list you look up of like bad movies, this is on there. And as I mentioned, so many people have suggested this movie over the years. Most recently, Harry Soros, I think I'm pronouncing that right, on Instagram, and a gentleman by the name of Tim C415 on Twitter. And this was just in the past like few months. And we've gotten so many over the years. And actually, our beer pairing for today, also suggested by somebody who wanted to see this movie. And I don't know how you feel about this one, but I feel great about it.
Yeah, we actually haven't done it yet because we were struggling to find a like ninja or police themed beer.
Well, we shot our wad for Sergeant Kabuki Man when we used Godspeed. That was kind of a layup, but that was a movie that we wanted to do very badly.
Yes.
So
we were kind of struggling, and this one is one that a listener suggested, and I love the description of what they said for us.
Yeah, friend of the podcast, I Am Hash Brown, who earlier suggested, I forget what he suggested, it was a movie that we enjoyed in the past, was like, just do Sapporo. And it's a cop-out, but that's the cop part. And I was like, fuck, that's so smart. Like, brilliant. Good decision. Let's do it.
I love
Sapporo.
I love
Sapporo.
the pun here. We're drinking Sapporo, premium Japanese lager for a samurai cop movie. Cop-out is the connection here. Perfect pun. Great beer. These obviously originally brewed.
Great beer?
Yeah.
Isn't that your style of beer?
Oh, well, if we're going to drink a macro, I quite enjoy a Sapporo.
It is a macro now.
Oh, yeah.
Has it always been, or it's because they got bought out by whoever?
I think originally, no. I think it was probably a company in Japan, but they are a part of one of the biggest beer conglomerates in the world now, for sure.
Still a good beer. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, crushable.
Micro, macro, crafty, not crafty. It's a good beer, Noel. That's all. It shouldn't matter where it comes from.
Beer's beer.
Yeah, much like our main character makes a passionate speech about Japanese Americans. Doesn't matter where you come from, Noel. If you're good, you're good.
Not brewed in Japan anymore, though. I think, like many of the characters are supposed to be Asian in this movie, this beer is not authentically Asian anymore. It is absolutely brewed in Guelph, Ontario, not far from us. So
that fucking shithole.
Sleeman's also brewed there, another macro style brewery.
I'm not going to apologize to Guelph. That place is a dump.
Which girl scoring you there?
That doesn't matter. Anyway, we know what we're getting with this beer today. It's going to be cool and crisp and fucking delicious, whether Noel wants to admit it or not. So why don't we crack it open and get into this?
Oh, I'm ready. Big can. That's the nice part about this. Just like the ladies in the movie, big cans. Actually, not as love interest, but the other two.
So we begin with low-budget opening credits set to some fucking incredible music. You said it, and it's true. This sounds like the original Double Dragon music from NES. Yep. And as soon as this sequence is over, we meet a couple of henchmen for the Katana Gang. There's a bald guy who's lamenting the fact that certain other gangs are refusing to do business with them and only working with the Chinese. And also legendary bad movie character actor Robert Z'Dar, who reminds his colleague,
Akamura, it is not for us to decide. It is up to the boss. It's the order of Katana. We fight.
Leave it to the white guy to honor the Japanese code, am I right?
The white guy who has a Japanese name. He is definitely...
Is he supposed to be Japanese?
He is. He is supposed to be a samurai warrior, and that is tough. Z'Dar, to me, is kind of like a poor man Steven Seagal.
Oh, my God. You're putting me in an awkward spot. I have to defend Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
He's like a homeless man, Steven Seagal.
I don't know. His like delivery and action and style feels very Seagal-like to me.
I think in this movie, his hair is the most Seagal-like of any movie that I've seen him in. But you've seen him in shit. He's the guy with the big chin.
Oh, yeah. Definitely remember him. And like he does exactly what he's asked to do in here. He gets first billing, too. So he's the most...
Yeah, over the samurai cop himself.
Yeah. So definitely the person they are expecting the most out of in this bad boy.
I guess so. Yeah, were you expecting a lot from people in this? I don't know if I was.
I don't know.
No, turns out this gang is concerned about a guy they're supposed to be dealing with that very day. And when they arrive at the meet, we see that they have a right to be concerned, as this guy, Mr. Lee, seems hesitant to agree to their terms. So Robert Z'Dar stabs him with such an enjoyable, albeit short fight scene. The Katana members leave, having wiped these guys out, and from there we cut to another arrival. This one, a highly skilled police officer named Joe Marshall, in fresh from San Diego, like you said, and wearing the most ill-fitting hat you could possibly imagine. I, again, go back to, they could not find a better hat than this. It's barely balancing on his fucking giant hair.
Oh my gosh. The police department does not have the firepower, so they bring in our guy.
That's Joe.
Samurai cop.
They call him Samurai.
And like you said, he is wearing the most ill-fitting chapeau you can ever imagine.
They're trying to class this up by calling it a chapeau. It's like a felt baseball hat.
What's the name of a person who's responsible for hats? It's like a
haberdasher?
Yes. So they have a terrible haberdasher on set. They needed to get a better one for sure.
Well, I don't think they had the budget for that.
Yeah, they did. The haberdashery budget was too small.
Are you kidding?
Okay, well, all right, I understand that.
They probably found a hat in a fucking dumpster and we're like, here, put this on.
Well, clearly a handsome, strong man here. We don't know about his like acting talent.
Oh no, we find out very quickly about his acting talent. As before long, he's following a van through the streets of the city of Los Angeles, keeping in contact with a helicopter to inform them there's going to be a big coke deal down in the docks. This leads to a fun exchange with him and the lady flying the helicopter.
I'm well informed there's a large suitcase full of coke in the back. They're going to make the swap somewhere in the marina. Just stick close to them.
Okay, Joe. Keep it up.
Oh, it's up and ready. You just keep it warm.
It's warm and ready.
I don't totally understand what that means, but I'm here for it. And either way, Joe is absolutely right about this coke deal, which is going to lead us into maybe the most hilarious car chase I have ever seen in my fucking life.
When he tells the female police officer to keep it warm over the radio, he winks at his partner. Yeah. And I just laughed so hard. I don't think I've ever heard of someone telling a woman to keep her vagina warm, but that is
well, he doesn't say keep your vagina warm.
That's what he's implying.
It is. I want to use that phrase in real life. I'm gonna find a way to do it. This is similar to put your weight on it. We talked about this back when we watched Disco Godfather.
Oh my God. And did you pull that one off? Did you pull off, put your weight on it?
I don't feel comfortable answering that question. My wife has guest starred on this podcast before.
I want to find out whether you actually drop a keep it warm.
Tell her to
as
keep
well.
it warm.
Yeah,
I didn't understand it. She won't understand either. So what the fuck are you talking about? No.
But, yeah.
This car chase though.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, this shit is so low budget. It is hilarious. It's basically Joe repeatedly telling his partner to shoot the bad guys over and over again while they dodge gunfire. They've also sped the footage up here to make it seem faster. Probably so they can very gently drop one of the gang members out the back of a van because this dude was clearly not a stuntman.
Oh God, no. They wanted to make sure he did not get hurt falling out of this thing. They also drove over the dummy that was his body at the slowest speed possible.
Fuck, that was so amateurish.
Oh my God. I was so confused why, if they were following with a helicopter and right on top of them, they didn't try to get both the money and the drugs.
Yeah, they only went after one.
They waited until a successful boat escape from the other people to chase after this and get into it, but I don't know. That was me being nitpicky at this point. But my God, the dialogue here, not a lot of budget for writing.
Shoot him. Shoot him.
Shoot him. You got him. You got him. Faster. Go. Faster.
God damn,
go
man.
Faster. And this chase lasts a while. The action is terrible, but laughably terrible. Like really, really funny.
Yeah,
his partner though, great shot, killing everybody.
Yeah, well, and the other people can't hit shit. They just keep like dodging their bullets, and
we know this is a thing in these kind of movies. In actually all movies, the bad guys can't shoot. The stormtrooper effect is real here. Like they can't shoot.
Oh,
shit.
the Star Wars. Yeah. No, I described all of this as hilariously amateurish. In fact, hilariously amateurish is a great way to describe everything that happens in this movie. Although they did manage to work in a couple of big explosions when Joe and his partner take out more gang vehicles. And then, and I fucking love this part, Joe and his partner rush out of their car to put out a henchman who's on fire. Because they're good guys, no?
Oh my God. When he shoots the driver in the neck and then the vehicle crashes into a berm, and then of course what happens to it?
Blows up right away.
Except it doesn't really blow up. It just sort of lights on fire. Right? Like this guy wouldn't have come running out on fire. Like,
what do you want though? You are the guy who is always so mad when cars explode.
I was pissed that it exploded. I did not.
But you said yourself it wasn't that big an explosion. This should be more. Maybe this is more realistic.
I don't know. But the guy clearly has a fire suit on, so they put the budget into.
His head is like rubber. He's wearing like a rubber mask or helmet or something.
But good job. He's actually on fire. They get a fire extinguisher and a blanket out, and they put him out. Like you said, good guys.
No, they want to keep him alive. They need information. They're trying to keep these guys alive.
Well, yeah, that's true. They're trying to arrest someone, at least one person, so that they can figure out what's going on. So they need to be able to interrogate him, but he's pretty burned up. I'm not sure that that's going to work. But how are they going to celebrate this successful takedown?
Well, yes. As the lady helicopter pilot tells Joe somehow, even though he's on the ground and not in his car with a radio or holding a walkie-talkie.
It felt like they were talking even though she was in the helicopter.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
This successful bust calls for a celebration. So Joe tells her, who I don't think can hear him either, that he'll meet her back at her place.
Gives her the gun.
He gives her the wink and the
finger gun,
and which she clearly saw from hundreds of feet up. But regardless, we'll never know how this communication worked, but it works. There's no need to dwell on it, as we immediately cut to him nailing her. This scene only lasts a couple of minutes, but it is exactly the kind of gratuitous nudity that I know you love.
I mean, we had talked earlier about him being a fit man, clearly spending all of his time on his hair and his body, not on his acting ability. We get similar vibes here from his female partner. They're both just in thongs in this bed. Yeah, they're both in European cut
He's
underwear.
not afraid to rock the European cut briefs. We'll see that again later, too.
Right to it. We got very soft music and soft flesh. We get slow hair tosses as she rides on top of him.
Oh, yeah.
Neither took off their bottoms, but I don't think that would prevent them from getting things done if they really wanted to.
Push it to the side.
It's not the best sex scene I've seen, but it's also not the worst. It's effective on the budget they have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, high bar was set by, what was that?
Champagne and Bullets.
Yeah.
I
don't
go back
think
to this every time.
It's changed me. I can't see a low budget sex scene without thinking of Champagne and Bullets. I don't know.
That was where most of the effort and budget went into on that movie. Clearly, was the sex scene.
I think so. That's a movie you should maybe show a young man to turn him into a.
What are you talking about? I do not encourage anyone to show any young anyone Champagne and Bullets.
When they're 17.
Woo.
17. That's
17?
Yeah.
That's still not legal. Not in this country and province.
All right. But yeah,
This,
we transition from there to Joe Marshall. We're learning about Samurai Cop. We've found out that he can track a bad guy, he can encourage his partner to shoot them all, and he can bed a helicopter-bound police lady.
Yeah, for sure, man. Which answers a lot of my questions about him, but the Katana gang boss wants more answers, so he grills Robert Z'Dar on exactly who this Joe Marshall guy is. Turns out they call him Samurai because he's highly trained in the martial arts and also imbued with an impeccable moral code that extends to everything except apparently monogamy. We find that out in our next scene when he regales some fellow officers with stories of sexual conquest right in front of that helicopter pilot he was just in bed with. Then he gropes another woman right in front of her, and then he tries to bag the nurse who was treating that burn victim he put out earlier. That last one doesn't go the way he planned, though, as after putting her stethoscope on his cock, she tells him,
Doesn't interest me. Nothing there.
Just exactly what would interest you? Something the size of a jumbo jet?
Have you been circumcised?
Yeah, I have. Why?
Well, your doctor must have cut a big portion of it off.
So I have two thoughts here. First, the cutaways to his partner's facial expressions in this sequence are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And next, I was supremely confident that despite her playing hard to get, he was still going to end up nailing her. And I was wrong. We never see her again.
No, she's gone. Interesting inclusion here. They are definitely trying to build up the credibility of this character. We find out he's trained in Japan. He clearly has bedded lots of women. He's telling those stories, and he's a bit of a Lothario. He's hitting on everyone, right? He's getting some success with many of the ladies. It's only the nurse who shuts him down, and it's only because she has a higher standard about the size of the hog that she puts into her warming oven. Yeah, like she keeps it warm only for larger size meat is what I'm hearing.
Magnum dongs only.
And she kind of, well, actually, what I thought was funny is all of the reactions, like you said, of his partner. Washington's reactions are hilarious, and they're cut throughout this whole film.
Yeah, I did not know his name was Washington. You had that from the jump, and I was just writing.
They introduced Washington
Joe's
early.
partner.
Joe's
for the whole,
partner.
All my notes. Yeah.
I think is it Frank?
Frank
Yeah,
Washington.
we get Frank later, but Frank Washington is pretty hilarious, and the reactions he gets as this woman is talking down his partner is great. He also throws in a "I got the bigger stuff for you" as she heads out. She doesn't seem interested though, right? She walks away from both of them. She was really just there to kind of tease it. They're there because they're trying to talk to the guy who got really badly burned. They're seeing if they can get any information about this Japanese gang. And we also know or have heard that the Japanese gang does not like leaving people captured.
It's the code of silence. No, you can't talk if you're dead, right? And that nurse mentioned taking too much off a minute ago. Well, that hot redhead we saw earlier at the Katana gang headquarters sneaks Robert Z'Dar into the hospital to finish off that burn victim, which he does very slowly and deliberately by taking that dude's fucking head off with a small katana, as I assume is in keeping with the gang's MO. Now, they don't quite make it out of there without being discovered, so Z'Dar has to fight off a couple of officers in the parking lot along with a random passerby who, despite being black, is dubbed over with an Asian accent?
Holy shit, there's a lot to this scene. One, they very easily trick the cop who is on guard by hiding Z'Dar under a sheet in a like garbage gurney thing. Like they just push it through. It's
just your standard push cart with like a
and it's the red-headed henchwoman who is a part of the gang. We're gonna see
Z'Dar's girlfriend, we find out.
Yes, she gets him into the room. He takes out this katana, and it is the slowest chop off of a head. Like, we've seen some of this shit in like Game of Thrones-esque movies, right? We see, what do you have to do with the sword?
Well, the whole point of the katana is it's like crazy sharp, and you can just
slice
like that's
and
it.
chop. He used it like cutting a loaf of fucking bread, slowly back and forth over this guy's neck for like 35 seconds to get his head off. Like, he didn't put enough pressure on there for it to get through bone and other things. There would have been sound effects. They didn't show any of it, of course, because it would have been well beyond the budget. I must say, too, when we do get blood in this movie, it is of the lowest quality blood work we have seen on the podcast.
It's right up there with like blaxploitation movies of the like mid-late 70s. That bright red, like clearly paint, not even vaguely realistic. I agree.
One last thing I want to connect on is the overdub, because it's not just one guy. There are like every single guy who shows up to try to stop them has this strange overdub on them, and I don't understand why.
I understand why.
Why?
It's because they're outside. Every time they're outside, they're filming outside. These guys aren't fucking mic'd up. They don't have big enough team to like mic this properly. No, there's wind and shit. They're dubbing it afterwards because they probably can't do the audio.
Is absolutely right. That is purely why every outside scene here has that really bad overdub on the henchmen. They mic up the main characters, but the others do not get a chance for that.
Well, or the main characters overdub their own voices, and it sounds like them because it's them, as opposed to just like some guy in a studio being like,
a random guy throwing in voices for these kids. Yeah, that is true. It was real bad. The hey, wait a minute. They all said it, and it was not any of their voices. Hey, wait a minute.
There's no
hey,
chance that was that black guy's
minute.
voice.
Hey,
No,
wait a minute.
no chance. Yeah, man. Zadar takes these guys out in the parking lot, and the two of them get away. So the police are looking especially foolish here, and you know what that means. Time to cue the angry chief.
I know. If this guy was black, you would have been so happy.
Why wasn't he?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. It would have
that's
fit
really the
with
trope.
the cliche. The trope is the angry black captain. We got the angry white captain here, though. He is definitely eating out Washington and Joe here, just shitting all over them for making
them
mess.
out. No, that's not nice. Chewing them out.
Oh, he's just chewing them out so badly here, just completely shitting on the way that everyone is leaving dead and no one's left alive. And the fact that that guy died in their custody looks really bad for the force right now.
Yeah, and apparently someone else also lost a hand. He mentions that. A couple more officers in the hospital. So when Joe's partner asked the chief how he's feeling about their case against the Katana gang, his response is suitably prickly.
I feel like somebody stuck a big club up my ass, and it hurts. I've got to figure out a way to get it out of there.
That's a vivid description, and Joe and his partner are clearly going to have to get serious here if they want to stay on his good side. Or they could jokingly kiss him on the forehead before taking a run at the Katana gang boss while he's trying to enjoy a nice lunch with his lawyer and henchman. Guess which one they choose?
The entire time that they're getting chewed out, and it's mostly our samurai cop who's getting yelled at, they keep cutting to Frank Washington's reactions again, and he's always smiling and laughing his ass off. I guess we should expect him to be that guy after he kisses the captain on the forehead on his way out there. I laughed a lot, but it is pretty silly. They're not taking the Washington character seriously in any way. He's kind of like comic relief, but I do like that he's also like holding his own in these battles and fights.
He's kind of comic relief, but he's not that funny.
No, oh no.
That's probably on the script.
Yeah.
Or the direction.
I agree. But
maybe on the actor.
So we transition from the chewing out, not eating out, to eating out as we head to the Blue Lagoon restaurant.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the
Okay.
Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
This is where the Katana gang hangs out. And so our two cops, our two detectives, Samurai and Cop in Washington, are going to head over there and they're going to let themselves be known to this big gang.
Oh, they're very much letting themselves be known. Joe gets right into the gang boss's face while Robert Zadar just stares daggers at him. Meanwhile, Frank Washington just keeps making jokes to the lawyer that aren't funny and or don't make any sense before Joe turns his attention to the blonde lady sitting at their table. He asks what an all-American girl like her is doing with a geek like the mob boss, his words, before launching into a patriotic speech about how America is indeed the land of opportunity, but only for those who pursue it legally. He loves the Japanese, Noel, as long as they're respectful, law-abiding businessmen. And he also clearly loves blonde women, as he makes a point of asking the waiter about her before they leave. How would you describe this waiter character?
Holy fuck.
This guy came out of nowhere.
They have inserted a depiction of a like Hispanic person that is so like undescribably ridiculous.
He says from Costa Rica, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume they're trying to make him gay as well.
Yeah, very much. Very, very much.
It's
For comedic effect in the early 90s?
Yeah, it was bad. Like,
uh-oh. Enjoyment points
I don't-
dropping rapidly.
yeah. It
I
just
was
didn't
more
make sense.
offended by this weird Abbott and Costello routine they do where Joe is like talking about the boss and he's like, him, who, him, who? And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, it turns out that the woman who is at the restaurant with our big boss man, the love interest of the big boss, is the daughter of the owners of the restaurant.
But they're dead because he killed himself. Who,
The
him,
dad
him,
is
who?
dead.
Yes, the
Yeah,
dad
and
is
the
dead.
dad
So now
committed
she's the
suicide.
owner.
Well, mom
And
is still there. But
No.
yes.
She's the owner.
No,
Oh,
mom is
fuck,
there
whatever.
too. Mom's
I'm
still
not
there,
betting
but-
Chuck on this.
I know, yeah, we're not betting on it, but
We still have to settle the one for.
yeah,
and we're
I
gonna
know.
settle
Well,
it.
we're
settle it.
selling that next episode. We're gonna do it.
Not next episode. 2 episodes from now.
2 episodes from now, we're gonna solve that. But we have that mess, and they leave, and it's all weird. But I want to go back to this diatribe he goes on. This has to be the screenwriter's circle, right?
I was going to say it's more them hedging. They're like, what we've done is wildly offensive to Japanese people. We need to establish some goodwill here by like, no, we love the Japanese. America's laid opportunity. Everyone's welcome. That's my guess. My guess is it's to cover your ass.
Cover your ass. Okay. It felt like me. This was like them patting themselves on the back. This is where we're going to give our actor time to shine. He actually like lays into it fully. I think his acting in this is like
the best of the movie.
Oh, in this scene?
For him. Like,
maybe.
His best scene.
Well, his
still incredibly bad.
Still incredibly bad, but his best scene, he's committed to sending this message. His best scenes, if we're honest, are the ones where...
The sex scenes?
Yeah, like, for everyone, I think.
Where there's less talking and more European cut briefs?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, listen, man. Joe and his partner might have tried to leave this restaurant, but it's not going to be that easy, as Robert Z'Dar sent some henchmen to beat them up in the parking lot. Now, the fight scene we get here is truly incredible, with all kinds of fake-looking blows that don't even come close to hitting the mark, followed by Joe getting a hold of a katana and chopping off a dude's arm with practical effects that you honestly need to see to believe. Then, Robert Z'Dar pulls out what is so clearly a plastic gun and starts spraying his own dudes while we get comically bright red blood popping out of some of the most low-budget squibs I've ever seen. And just to put a button on it, Z'Dar drops a grenade that gives us another explosion for good measure. Now, the two cops survive, of course, and this battle has clearly got Joe's blood pumping, so this feels like the perfect time to go find that blonde lady from the restaurant.
Oh my goodness. This whole battle sequence is an absolute mess.
Yes, it is.
The two of them are trying to get in their car, and Z'Dar sends his goons one at a time to go battle. Like, this is that classic, like, let them fight it out one-on-one.
He basically like, tags them in one at a time.
Yeah,
like, pat him on the butt, go get him. Yeah.
The samurai cop dispatches each one hand-on-hand pretty easily. And one of them, though, pulls a katana. And here we're going to get the first time Washington does an Indiana Jones.
Oh, and just shoots the guy?
Yeah, you know.
But Joe, like, first, he's like, Joe, what are you going to do? And Joe just, like, motions to Frank. And Frank shoots him. Like, that's
Oh, it's pretty funny, though. I don't know if it's referencey, but it's pretty funny, and I like that idea.
Not the last time it'll happen either.
No, it is absolutely not. The grenade effect was pretty rough. It's just a bit of smoke, and apparently the cops' cars exploded, but we don't see any of that.
No.
He does Uzi down. Z'Dar Uzi's down all of his guys because they have been captured.
Code of silence.
No one is allowed to get out of there, and that is interesting to me. What this does do, though, is it means there's a lot more bodies. Like there's a bigger body count now on the LAPD, and this is not going to be great for the captain.
Oh, it is not. And he chews out Joe and Frank one more time before Joe does indeed go visit the restaurant owner later that day or the next day or whatever. I'm not really sure. And we get treated to a full dose of his charm, as well as the full range of his acting talents.
Well, let's just say, I think you're very pretty.
Thank you.
Geez, where are my manners? I haven't even introduced myself. My name's Joe. Joe Marshall.
Fuck, dude. Calling this guy stiff is an insult to corpses. He also may be less charming than we...
Good Lord. Yeah, insult to both.
Yeah, he also may be less charming than we originally thought, as the restaurant lady also refuses to go out with them, which makes two in a row. Maybe you should head back to that officer from the helicopter.
I think she actually offers to keep it warm for him another time, so he could go back.
Yeah, man.
But I think he now has found the one that he's after. He was not super interested in that lady, the nurse. He was just like shooting his shot. He didn't care whether it landed or not. He is a little more interested here in Jennifer, our owner of our restaurant. We find out, though, he asks her why she's so connected to Fuji. And it seems like
the guy's name is Fuji?
Yeah, that's the short for him. It's like Fujiyama. I think his name is Fujiyama, the leader of the Katana gang. And so I've just called him Fuji in my notes here for simplicity, but hopefully not racism.
Oh God.
He bailed out her and her mother because after her father killed himself, they were left with $400,000 in debt. So he basically owns the restaurant, and that's why he's there. It's also why she entertains that love interest from him, because he's definitely giving her gifts and sort of trying to impress her. Samurai Cop didn't impress her that much, though. He kept asking her to go out day after day, and she said no. But she did at least tell him her B-day, her birthday was coming up, and maybe that's
on Sunday.
Maybe that's going to be an opportunity for Samurai Cop to shoot his shot, and we're going to find out.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. No. I mentioned heading back a minute ago. Well, wherever Joe is heading off to, he's going to be slightly delayed by more goons who attack him in a location that neither of us were totally sure of. Like, is this part of the building where he was meeting that blonde lady? Is it part of the restaurant? I don't know, man. I'm very confused.
Well, it does turn out it is a part of the restaurant. And I guess that office is.
All right.
It just seems like this restaurant has a lot of strange spaces. There's also a nightclub in it and an office and all kinds of stuff.
As big as that fucking carnival from Child's Play 3.
Absolutely.
There's no end to this. No. I was very confused, but there's nothing confusing about this fight scene. Just the samurai cop kicking more ass and getting information about where they can find another member of the Katana gang. It's that bald Japanese guy from earlier. Joe and his partner head over there, and they find this guy in bed trying to close a sexual deal. This feels like a great chance for one of these characters to fire off a clever line. Let's see what they come up with.
Looks like this is his last.
Let him finish it then.
Hell, I will.
I agree with the partner, man. Come on, let him finish.
If they had let him finish, then they probably would have been able to get that door open in time.
God damn, why can't he open the sliding door? Was it locked accidentally?
I think so. What it appears like is the sliding door that was supposed to let them into the bedroom is locked, so we can't open it. So they have to cut away, unlock it, and then get him back inside to chase down.
For so long.
Oh my goodness. It seems like Okamoto is one of this gang's big goons, right? He's not the big bad. He's not Zadar and he's not the boss, but he's like the third in command here.
Is that his name? I also didn't know
Okamoto is his name.
All right, man.
He is really making his move on that lady in bed, and we think we're going to get another sex scene, but we don't because they break in. They won't let him finish. There are a bunch of other goons in the apartment, and of course they get wiped out. This movie has just so many random, we don't give a shit about goons who eat it so hard from Samurai Cop in Washington. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, they got a deep bench.
They absolutely do. We get a shootout as they're chasing through lawns or a park, but eventually he traps Okamoto, and Okamoto's gun runs out of bullets. I guess it's time for him to meet his final end. Will he just shoot him here? Just shoot him to death, or are we going to get a bit of a samurai battle?
Oh my God, man. Come on. Of course we're going to get that battle. No, this guy takes a wrong turn, ends up in a dead end in some garden or park, like you said, or whatever the fuck it is. Joe corners him, which prompts him to offer a challenge. Will the samurai cop gun him down like a coward or fight him like a man? We already know the answer to that question. The only thing that remains is whether Joe should keep his bomber jacket on or take it off to go full denim.
He's going full denim,
full
baby.
Denim.
Oh, we get the Canadian
it's a denim
tuxedo.
tornado, buddy. Yes. He unleashes it on this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And breaks his arm. After which, Joe tells his partner to cuff the guy, which leads to a close call when this guy gets a hold of Frank Washington's gun. Joe puts a bullet in his brain, but that means they still don't have a living member of this gang to question. So they're getting close, but not close enough. Still, it's too close for the Katana gang, as we see in our next scene, so the boss orders Robert Zadar to take care of the samurai cop once and for all. Zadar decides to outsource this, so he hires a bunch of black guys to try and kill Joe at what was either a police station or some kind of film studio. I couldn't tell because of the limited staging and very poor camera work. Either way, I don't think these guys are going to be able to pull this off. What do you think?
Holy shit. I'm going to move us back a little bit because
right.
I want to talk about this fight scene. First of all, I'm confused because they get trapped in this weird little park area, but the fight takes place on top of a mountain-ish like space in California. They're on top of a giant hill battling it out in the dirt.
Yeah, all those trees that were above them are suddenly
gone.
Yeah.
And there's just like rolling hills behind them. I was actually hoping one of them would get kicked off it, but it doesn't. We get very dramatic faces by both of our actors. This is giving me huge Bruce Campbell vibes.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a resemblance to Bruce Campbell that I noticed later in a scene that I didn't even realize he was the guy in. Actually, it was this one. It was the one in the fucking whatever this studio thing
yes.
is. I'm like, oh, that guy kind of looks like Bruce Campbell. Oh, fuck, that's the main guy.
That's the main character. Oh, where did that come from?
Well, he's wearing a hat in my defense, so I couldn't.
Yeah, that's true. The hats mess everything up. But I thought it was an interesting, we disappeared, then we had the one-on-one battle on the mountain, and it is a very long fight, which is kind of fun with lots of interesting facial expressions, but terrible martial arts. The actual fighting in this is really, really poor.
Oh, yeah. What did you expect, though?
I don't know. I told you, my expectations are high.
I don't know why.
Coming in with high expectations. Yeah. But then we get this battle. What I think it is, they're in a, film development studio, a place where you like get your pictures and film developed. I don't know why he's there. He's trying to get some evidence on these guys. And then this group of guys who've been hired from New York show up, all of them with guns. And our hero finds out just in time. Luckily, they were buzzed by the like lady at the front desk. She lets them know that a problem is coming, and he's able to gun them down one by one. Those killers from New York don't have anything on our samurai cop here.
No, not at all. And after he shoots the last member of this hit squad in the parking lot, we make a hard cut to that crooked redheaded chick dropping a robe and giving us full nudity before climbing into bed to roll around with Robert Z'Dar. He is enjoying himself almost as much as you were in this scene before he gets the call telling him that, yes, these guys from New York that he hired have failed. So he's going to have to try again. He's got a pretty good idea of where to find the samurai cop. Just follow that blonde restaurant owner and you're sure to find him. This works like a charm, as after pretending to bump into her at her church, Joe convinces this blonde lady to come back to his place for a nice lunch. Robert Z'Dar sees this, but then inexplicably has to start going around to other cops' houses to try and intimidate them into giving up Joe's location. Was this just an excuse to work in more violence and nudity, or I don't get it. He tells the leader of the katana gang, like, yeah, she left with that cop, but then he's like, I don't know where to find him.
They didn't follow him.
I know.
That was a mistake. That scene of the redhead derobing to go with our like Z'Dar character, I'm not gonna say I was upset by.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
First full frontal nudity we've seen in a while.
Yeah, the plants in that garden weren't the only bush we were gonna see in this movie.
Not a true redhead, as it turns out.
Oh, the carpet did not match the drapes.
No, but we know now that all of the police are in danger, and they are going to, like you said, build up our tension by putting each battle and nudity sequence in check here.
Yeah, man. When the first one of these intimidation scenes is hilarious. Z'Dar kills some salty cop's wife. That part isn't hilarious. But the dude's reaction is,
God.
He gets this big close-up where he staggers towards her and calls her name after being stabbed. And this moment is not strong. Like, I don't think they hired a single credible actor for this movie. In fact, I know they didn't, which I guess is part of its charm. And speaking of charm, Joe seems to have finally worked some on that blonde restaurateur, as the next time we see the two of them, they're both hitting the beach in matching bikini bottoms.
Oh, man. This poor cop. This is a guy who we've seen in some scenes before.
He was in one scene earlier.
He was offered, the cop who had sex with our main character offered to f*** him earlier.
Well, I don't think
and he
she was
turned
serious.
her down.
I think
she was joking with him, of course, because she knew he was married.
What about it? Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you.
And the transition from that terrible death scene, though, to them on the beach, as you said, both wearing European cut black bathing suits.
It's like a matching swimsuit.
Yeah, honestly. They are. They're as little material as you can have to hold everything in place. They are really showing off both of these actors as they are going in the water. But while these two are having an enjoyable swim, we know the rest of Samurai Cop's crew are going to be put into danger here. We've lost one and his wife, and what's going to happen to the rest? I'm particularly worried about our friend Frank Washington.
Well, that's where we head next. Robert Z'Dar, that first cop didn't have the information Robert Z'Dar was looking for, so he sends a team over to Frank's house to threaten castration unless they give up the address.
Come on, talk to me. What do you want?
I can kill you now, or I can relieve you of this gift. This black gift.
It was an odd choice of phrasing. I don't know, man.
I agree.
No. They've got Frank at knife point, but I guess this guy decides that possibly dying is better than a life without his So he makes a desperation play and manages to not only stab the one henchman, but also get his gun away from him to put down the other guy. So Frank's going to be okay, but the blonde lady that Joe was nailing earlier won't be so lucky, as Robert Z'Dar roughs her up before pouring hot grease on her I know Joe told her to keep it warm. I don't think he meant that warm.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah, can you say or is producer John have to bleep that?
I think it's okay.
It was bleep it to be safe.
Do you think most people know what a fat upper pussy area is? Or
Good
no?
God, we'll bleep it that part for
sure. This is a graphic scene. We've got our samurai cop warming his inside that other lady, while the rest of his group is
keeping it
trouble.
warm inside her.
He's keeping it warm, and I feel so bad. Washington comes out of the shower to have his dick threatened, and then the female cop from earlier from the helicopter in the sex scene gets her crotch melted by hot grease. This is where Z'Dar is building up his true villain vibe. Actually pretty well acted by the...
Oh, stop it.
The woman getting herself burned, I actually thought there was some genuine like fear and like horror in the stuff that was happening here.
It's all relative. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
We are picking the best of the worst here. But really, really troubling as he melts her from the groin down with that hot grease. She does, though, give him the address. She gives it up, and that doesn't save her because he dumps the rest of it on her anyway.
What was she cooking here, though? There's so much grease on the stove.
Had to be bacon.
You don't think it was ground beef?
No.
That's what she's got downstairs now. No, man.
Fuck. I feel bad for her because she's
I feel bad for the next guy who shows up trying.
I don't know if that's ever going to happen again. I don't think we need to go there. She starts off the movie in a hot note and ends it on a
different kind of hot
burning
note.
one. Yeah.
A burning one. Well, I mentioned things warming up. Speaking of things warming up, after bringing this lady a birthday cake while still only wearing his European cut swimsuit, Joe finally gets the new blonde lady in his life into bed. So we get a bit more nudity here as the samurai cop slowly unties her bikini bottoms to the sounds of some pulsing synthwave music. They cut away before we see any actual f***ing, but once Robert Zadar and his henchmen roll up and we cut back to see the two of them under the sheets, we know what's up. They boned. They did. Yeah.
It's funny that their sheets changed color after they had sex. They had like just pure white sheets, and then when we got in there, they were like rainbow.
Is that true? Oh, a little continuity here?
Yeah. Well, no, I think that was just they pulled other blankets over them after.
Oh,
they had
maybe.
the silky sheets for time, but then they put on something a little warmer after. While they've been like having this makeout sesh and having sex and swimming in pools, their friend Frank Washington has been trying to call and warn them, and thankfully for them, he gets a hold of them after their coitus and just before Zadar and his gang show up.
That's true. Perfect timing. As Zadar and his men almost get the drop on Joe and his new lady, but they do manage to get out of there in Joe's sweet Honda Prelude, which to me is just the most appropriate metaphor for the caliber of movie we're dealing with here. Like, they needed Joe to have a badass car, and the fact that this was the best one they could get is so perfect, I almost can't believe it. Honestly, no.
And the fact that it is a Japanese car is also pretty funny in this situation.
Oh, didn't even notice that. Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe not perfect, but I'll tell you what is perfect. The relationship that Joe and this restaurant lady have formed, at least according to her. She is positively fluttering when she walks back into her office. And even the news that the boss of the Katana gang is upset that she didn't spend her birthday with him can't put a dent in it. Those fancy gifts he got her, she doesn't want those. In fact, she doesn't want anything from him anymore because she's in love. She's in love with the samurai cop and she doesn't care who knows it, which is good news because that Katana gang boss walks in right then and hears everything. Awkward.
Yeah, she's really like pouring her heart out to her mother here at the table.
That's her mother?
That's her mom.
Oh.
I don't know why. Well, sorry. I was just about to say I don't know why Fuji went after the young woman and not the mother, but I know why.
Yeah,
he's
we all
rich
know
and
why.
the young woman is much sexier. But we have this scene where we see her getting in a lot of trouble, and then on the other hand, we have another scene where Samurai Cop is talking to his captain, and the captain is telling them that this is all going to hell and he's going to lose his job. And you know what? Fuck it, burn it all down, kill them all. And that was
Let's
pretty
do it.
Yeah, so we're about to get this. Like, we know Jennifer's in trouble, and we know Samurai Cop and Washington have the green light to go fuck up this gang.
Yeah, man, he's got the green light for sure. With his blonde lady friend captured and the chief fully on board, it's time for Joe and Frank to take the Katana gang down. So they head over to the boss's estate and make their way over the locked gate, or under in Frank's case.
Why did you come under?
I'm an undercover cop.
Holy God, that was a low point.
The Washington one-liners
Oh,
are
man.
fucking fantastic. in
Bad
this.
times.
Oh.
No. Luckily, we don't have the time to dwell on this, though, as several dozen henchmen start popping up to get blown away by Joe and his partner in increasingly hilarious fashion. I wasn't keeping a kill count here, but on a scale of 1 to Commando, I think we're probably about a 6 or 7, which puts us firmly in the Malone range. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're right. We're not anywhere near Commando level of
That's
goon death.
hundreds of dudes,
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
recall correctly. Yeah.
But we're in the double digits of dudes. I do think Malone is a nice comparison, right? This seems like a two-man war on evil here, but they're doing a good job mowing down these guys. What I think is hilarious is they haven't built the credibility of any of the goons, and they keep popping up.
No.
And they're of all kinds of different races. This Japanese gang does not care who they employ as long as they're willing to shoot a gun. We're about to get through the goons, though, and have a bit of a standoff time.
Yes, Joe and Frank make their way inside, but the big boss has his lady friend at gunpoint and orders them to put their guns down. Frank doesn't like it, but Joe tells him it'll be okay right before the katana boss shoots Frank in the stomach. So his partner is down, but the ensuing chaos allows Joe's lady friend to break free of the boss, who is quickly shot dead by Frank, who pops up seemingly fine.
He was smart in every way, except one thing.
What's that?
With all his money and success, he's not as smart as I am.
To do what?
Put on a bulletproof vest, man.
God damn, they don't even have to spell that out for us. Like, it seemed pretty clear once Frank got up and there was no blood. Although, to be fair, a bunch of guys we see get shot in a minute don't show any blood either. It's maybe the budget ran out, and it's good they told us.
I was going to say, how many guys get blown away and there is no blood splatter?
Many in a second,
Just so many. So this is important. We do get a, black marker dot on the shirt of our character to tell us that they got shot in the chest, though.
That's where the bullet went through.
Yeah. It's not even a hole. It's just straight marker on top of the fucking clothing. I was like, oh my God.
That's very possible.
Oh.
Either way, with the katana boss dead, that just leaves Robert Z'Dar for Joe to take down, and his redheaded girlfriend, I guess, and that's what he sets off to do. He puts a few more henchmen down for good measure, along with that sexy redhead, and before long, Robert Z'Dar is calling him out. So get ready for a katana fight, Noel. The worst katana fight you will see in your fucking life.
I'm not sure that's true.
It's pretty bad, dude.
It's not good, but there's gotta be videos of two assholes who go to hit them together and just
like in
over.
real life?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's probably true.
But you're right. In terms of staged katana fights, we have incredible slow-mos. They go so slowly, and the facial expressions on these guys and the groans and close-ups are out of control.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Now, they do fully commit to this thing. Both of them are trying to seem like they're badasses, and holy fuck, are they pouring the sound effects on to make this seem like it's enjoyable?
Oh my God, dude, the sound effects are unbelievable. Especially when they ditch the swords and start going for hand-to-hand combat. We're getting all the, stereotypical kung fu sound effects. And again, these shots are not even close to fucking hitting.
No, they're really bad. Our samurai cop is in trouble, though, and he is, taking a bit of a beating until he pulls out the classic eye gouge.
Yeah, he does go both thumbs in the eyes on Robert Z'Dar, and then almost breaks his arm before they pick the swords back up, only for a moment, though, as Joe does that thing where he, swirls the sword around to disarm him. Only for some reason, he also loses his sword. That was weird, but either way, we're back to hand, which culminates with Joe seemingly locking in a dragon sleeper, then breaking Robert Z'Dar's neck, only then he's still moving when he hits the ground. Z'Dar tells Joe to finish him off, and for a minute, it looks like he's going to, until his partner reminds him.
No, Joe, you're a cop.
Which is factually accurate, so he drops the sword and is up to Robert Z'Dar to do it himself, committing seppuku in keeping with the samurai code. And in keeping with the code of low-budget 90s action movies, we end things with Joe about to nail that blonde restaurant lady on the beach after laying her down gently. God damn, how did we get here?
He laid her down on a giant rock.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be a comfortable footing for what they're about to try, but, they're going to give it a shot anyway. I think their love will overcome all of the challenges the sea and the stones have to offer.
I guess they're more worried about sand than they are about,
That's probably worse. I
Yeah.
think sand in the general groin area is worse than
Scuffing up your knees.
Yeah.
Maybe the occasional hermit crab.
I'll take a scratch on the knee for no sand in the groin.
I'll take crabs for no. Wait, what?
They're treatable.
No, man, that's it. We're into the credits. More low-budget credits and some more hilarious, vaguely ethnic synth music. I don't know.
Hard to describe.
It is.
It's mostly synth wave, synth pop, somewhat Double Dragon inspired in the credits.
Yeah. There's a bit of a world music vibe to it, but you can't put your finger on what country it's coming from.
They're willing to make lots of decisions about stealing Asian heritage, but not in the musical choices.
They didn't want to go all the way with it.
No pan flute was used.
No, there's no pan flute. There's no those little cymbals. No, nothing like that.
Didn't happen.
No chimes.
Yeah, could have happened.
Could have happened, but they didn't do it.
They kind of did with the acting and
You know what? I was
choices.
going to say that's where they drew the line.
But for
Doesn't make a lot of
music,
sense.
so what I'm upset about is the music didn't go all the way. I've decided right
You're
now.
saying Samurai Cop doesn't go far enough.
Commit to the music, Samurai Cop.
What a great excuse to transition to our ratings. Because I don't know, we're going to find out how far this movie went in your opinion and in mine. The way we always do is rate the movie on a scale of 1 to 10 two times. 1 to 10 for how bad it is, 1 to 10 for how enjoyable. And the goal is to find movies that are a 10 out of 10 on both scales, or what we call the Crit 20. And I'll just say it, to the surprise of no one, I believe this is the 10 out of 10 bad movie.
I'll see your 10.
You'll jump in there right
Two
now?
10s.
Yeah.
We're just going to jump in. These are 2 10s.
Dude, I mean, this is low budget, fucking straight to video bullshit in the truest sense of the word.
This was straight to video, yeah?
You know what? I don't know, but I have to assume it was.
This must have been in some theaters. Small theaters.
Reputable theaters? Dude, I don't know. You could not get this fucking greenlit in a theater for my money, unless the guy who made it was like, I'm going to pay whatever it takes. Show my movie and I will pay you. It'll be the opposite. I'll buy every ticket.
Oh, I guarantee this was shown in a theater somewhere.
I mean, it has been since then.
Oh,
There's
absolutely.
been bad
Yeah,
movie
this thing
nights.
comes, yeah.
But
yeah.
no, this is fucking unbelievable. This is exactly everything I thought it was going to be. It's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
The acting is so fucking low budget. The effects are so fucking low budget. The script is nonsensical, like cliched tripe.
Yeah.
The sets are laughably threadbare and just like we mentioned the overdubbing when you're outside. They're just filming wherever they can fucking film.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some red paint. Let's make some blood effects, guys.
Okay.
I don't know, man. This thing is so bad. So yeah, I don't see any way that it can't be a 10, and you agreed so fast. You must agree with this.
Yeah, acting, story, effects, action, music,
Wigs or not.
Wigs
Hats,
or not.
hats for
hats,
sure.
Hats. Yeah, haberdashery
Hats
issues.
are a 12 out of 10
Massive
for how bad this is.
haberdashery issues. It's a 10 bad.
But how enjoyable, though, did you find this on a scale of 1 to 10? Unless you have more to talk about the bad.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah, bad, everything.
Yeah.
Moving on.
The action is hilariously bad.
Yes.
Particularly because of the sound effect overdubbing, how slow it is, the shooting, the gratuitous violence that is a part of this, yet the like terrible execution is awful. The ridiculous cuts and the back and forth to Washington as his facial
expressions,
as things are happening, both when it's violence and like sexual innuendo, are hilarious.
Did he have a camera just on him the whole time?
I think so. Or they were
there was a
definitely
guy on the
cutting
Frank
them in.
Washington
like,
cam.
Yeah,
you follow Frank. Just get his facials for everything.
Hilarious cuts, full commitment to their choices.
Well, and that's why I have this as a 10 bad, because we've watched some movies where we're like, oh, it's a joke. They're in on the joke. No, these guys are treating this very sincerely.
Absolutely. They are trying to make
They're trying their best.
kung fu action movie.
And their best was not good enough.
No, we have like leading actors who are at best like very poor comparisons to many other people we can see.
Yeah.
Clearly, they like Zadar got other acting roles and played in other small stuff.
Well, I was gonna say
Right,
nothing
like,
major.
Nothing major.
No.
Did the guy who starred in this do anything else?
Fuck no.
No. And like,
Do you think he should have?
not acting wise, but he's like a.
What else? What else is
He
there?
could have done porn.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Okay.
Only,
Oh, it has a
only
small
if.
dick, though.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what
well,
that
that's
nurse
it.
told
We
us.
heard-
She could
we
tell
learned
from the
about that.
stethoscope.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
heard
yeah.
the sound of a small penis.
Yeah, we got a
That
good
doesn't
amount.
sound very big to me.
A good commitment to the appropriate amount of nudity, right? Like they got a nice
Good
amount
amount,
in
yeah.
here, but
Good sum.
not like gratuitous. Like,
We didn't drift too far into like Skinamax territory.
no, which is good. Like
Yeah.
they that also tells me they're taking it seriously,
That's right.
right?
They're
like that's
trying to
also a
be-
bit of that. They're
Whoa,
trying
easy
to be,
guys. We don't want to go too far with this. Yeah.
Yeah. I wish there was a theme song.
Yeah.
I wish there was a montage.
Oh yeah, there were no montages.
There were opportunities in this for montages,
Yeah.
and it like being filmed in 1991.
Well,
I
but
think-
don't judge the film on what it doesn't have.
Well,
Judge it on
hold
what it
on,
has.
let me finish my.
All
thoughts.
right, all right.
Despite not having those two things, I still think this is worthy of a 10 enjoyable.
Oh shit! Come on. Crit 20. Really? First one of the season.
First crit 20 for me of the season. Expectations for a bad movie are high when everyone has told you must see this bad movie.
Yep.
I did my best not to let that change my feeling of watching it and talking about it, because it was incredibly fun to do. Like,
Yeah.
this was so enjoyable to see, super silly, yet took itself serious at the same time.
That's what does it. The
Awful
fact they take it
action. Yeah,
seriously
yeah.
is what puts it over the top for me. Yeah.
At points, I was on the verge. Like, I think when I watched it, I was 9 or 10, and I thought our conversation would probably decide it for me. With like a montage or a theme song,
You would have already been there.
or a like something absolutely ridiculous, it would have pushed me to
Like a hard ticket to Hawaii.
yes, like
some
a saw
odd
through
weapon
the head,
or something,
yeah,
or
like
an
just
effect that-
something,
yeah.
batshit like that would have absolutely pushed me there. But I think that there was so much in this bad movie to enjoy that I couldn't not put it on that pedestal of crit 20s. For
There you
me.
go.
It has to go there.
So other people were right.
The people are right.
At least for you. I didn't really care for it. No, I'm just kidding.
Fair.
This movie
Fair.
was so fucking stupid and so silly. And like, I know what you're saying about, it is kind of missing that one big thing where like, you like with Hard Ticket to Hawaii, you had seen some scenes before.
Yes.
Like online in the form
absolutely.
of short, like little whatever fucking like GIFs or clips or whatever. I think bigger than that, the whole thing was just like that. I was fucking laughing in every scene.
A combination of all of the moments make one big moment for this.
The sum of the parts is greater than, or no, the whole, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole is like greater than the sum of its parts, if that makes sense. Or the whole is equal to, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
My
know.
point is, every scene I watched, I was laughing because the acting is so fucking bad.
Yeah.
The main guy is fucking terrible. But like in an enjoyable way.
Yeah.
And it feels like he's having the time of his life.
Oh yeah. I think everyone who participated in this film had a good time.
Sure.
Like I think this
You're
would have
making
been
a movie.
fun
You're
as
just like, we're
shit
making a
to
fucking
create.
movie.
Yeah.
Let's go all the way with it.
Yeah.
I always ask myself in these movies, why do the women agree to take their tops off?
Why? Yeah.
Do they think like, this is going to launch me? This is the one.
Maybe.
I've been tooling around the local theater scene, but when I pop my top in Samurai Cop, that phone's going to start ringing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not, for the record, I am not complaining. Like, God bless him for doing it. Because, the nudity is a big part of my 10 rating for this as well. I'm also a 10, by the way. Sorry.
Shit.
It's a fantastically bad movie. I enjoyed it immensely. Yet the people were right. Everyone who suggested this as like a hilariously bad, so bad it's good movie. Yeah, I agree.
I think that there's interesting in your ratings is how much your nudity score has changed of late. I feel like it's a bigger bump for you than me now.
I think with this, it's the feeling of getting what you like expect and also hope for. Like, you know what I mean? There's scenes where you're like, oh fuck, I hope this leads to him like nailing her. And then it does. And you're like, great.
And with zero hesitation. Like right
Except
into it.
for that nurse.
Yeah, this is the one that's hanging for you, right? If the nurse got banged and we saw it, it would have been an 11 for you.
But I think that scene's important for, first of all, working in some silly lowbrow comedy, but also establishing like, we talked about some balance, some equality.
Yeah.
You know, you need to get checked every once in a while, and he's walking around there like he's a fucking big deal, and I guess he is. But it's nice that he can't have everyone. It makes him like more of an everyman to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like if he had gotten everyone he went for,
Although
he wouldn't
that is not the wig of an everyman. I'll tell you that right now. That's the wig of a fucking star.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that hair is special.
God damn, man. What a silly, enjoyable time.
Really.
First crit 20 of the season for both of us.
Yeah, and how about this beer?
What do you give me something bad about Sapporo?
Yeah.
No, I love Sapporo. I will frequently drink Sapporo because it is just a crisp, clean lager. I guess of dubious heritage. You're shitting all over the heritage at the start of this.
Is it dubious?
Well, now you're all like fucking Guelph, Ontario. I don't want to give Guelph credit for this glorious
but it's
beer.
not. It didn't.
This is an ancient Japanese recipe.
Well, there you go.
Much like the Code of the Samurai
just brewed
itself.
there now.
An ancient Japanese recipe that has been brought to our shores.
Yeah.
And much like Robert Zadar, I honor that legacy by drinking this beer and enjoying it.
Yeah.
No, it's great. Did you get through it okay? I know it's not your usual style.
Yeah, it's great. I wish I had some food with it, but that's okay. It was delicious. Happy to drink it. I love that it is our cop-out beer, and I think that's
a
hilarious.
great suggestion. Shout out to I Am Hash Brown, and shout out to Harry Saros and Tim C415 on Twitter. Everyone who suggested this over the years.
Yeah.
Sorry it took so long. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We fucking enjoyed talking about this. I know I did.
much fun.
Yeah, man, lots of fun. Great call. And I have a feeling the fun will continue 2 weeks from now. Because 2 weeks from now, we're going to be watching another legendarily bad movie. Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf. We're going 80s horror.
All right. I do love some good 80s horror.
Who doesn't?
Howling, I assume this has to do with wolves or werewolves of some kind.
Yeah, it's got to, right? There's no other cryptid it could possibly relate to if it's called Howling.
Okay, I'm excited for this. Yeah. Something I don't watch on my own but really enjoy are the like old
80s horror?
Yeah.
I only watch this on my own. My wife will not watch horror movies.
Oh, yeah. I watch, no one else will watch them with me, but like I don't choose to watch them. Like, if I have time, it's not the genre I go to, but probably the one that I've enjoyed most since being introduced to this podcast.
Oh, that's easily my go-to. If I have like 90 minutes, I'm going to just throw on something mindless and enjoyable. You throw that on, you get some kills, you get some gore, you get some nudity.
Fun.
I hope we get all that 2 weeks from now, but we'll find out together. Before then, if you have not already, please follow us on social media at the BMB Podcast on Twitter and Instagram.
Send us emails, thebmbpodcast@gmail.com.
Absolutely. We just had a couple of requests, I guess including this one technically. The last few weeks have been full of audience requests. We'd love to get some more, so hit us up. We always love to hear from you. And thank you for joining us today for Samurai Cop. Finally.
Yeah.
Fucking supposed to happen like a month ago.
Fuck yeah.
I fucked that up.
Yeah, it happens.
We hope you'll join us in 2 weeks' time for Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf. Until then, I'm Cooper.
And I'm Nolan.
And we'll see you next time on Bad Movies and Beer.
Keep it warm for me.
You have the right to remain silent. Dead silent.